Hey, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to feature strawberries. Alrighty, so let's get going and I'll show you a really cool card to make. We're going to be using Life's Batter with Pancakes from the Not Too Shabby Shop Stamp and Die of the month. I'm going to be using the strawberry and the Have a Great Day. And then I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 or 4 by 5 1/4 paper. I've got a 3 1/4. I've got a, I'm going way too fast here. I've got a 3 1/4, and we'll talk about those later. You can size them how you want. And today I'm going to be using Jane Davenport Aqua Pastels. I've decided that I really want to use up my stuff that I have. And then I'm going to use my cookie dough ink pad. I found this one of the best ones for what do you call it? Line-free watercolor, I guess. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you know what I mean. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the strawberry out. And then on the back of that paper, I've made a bunch of masks, and I've just stamped them onto some mint tape and cut them out. So I'm going to stamp all around just the perimeter randomly, but not together, if that makes sense, all the way around the perimeter, my strawberries. So they're going to be my outermost strawberries. Okay, and that one goes over a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm going to take a couple of my little masks and I'm going to lay them down just like so, and then I'm going to stamp another strawberry, and I'm just going to keep moving my masks around the page until my whole border is filled with randomly placed strawberries. I think we'll leave that one there, set this one there, and we'll grab another one. I cut a total of 5, but I only ended up using 3, and they're super easy to cut out with mint tape. So you can see I'm just moving my masks over and then stamping another piece of a strawberry. I think we're going to cover that one, and we'll get one here in between so that there's really no white space around the border. And this is going to be part of our focal point. And I know that the cookie dough ink is kind of hard to see, and I will be showing it up close as I color for you. And then I'm going to stamp 3 on this spare piece of watercolor paper. So there they are, stamped out, and they're ready to be painted. No line watercoloring, that's the word I'm looking for. I knew I'd spit it out eventually. So I'm going to show you how I use my crayons, and pretty soon I'll zoom in, and you won't be able to see my whole crayon box, but you will be able to see my whole picture. So I've got a number 5 paintbrush. It's kind of a pointy end, and listen, I'm not an artist, so I couldn't tell you what's the correct one. I just tried what I had, and when I found what I liked, I was good. So I'm pushing the crayon type substance down onto the tin lid, and then I'm adding a little water right beside it. And you don't use a whole lot of water in this method. So I'm going to get my brush wet just a little bit. Let me grab a paper towel, though, because I want to dab off, because I'm going to show you how you kind of get some dimension here. So I'm going to go into that crayon that I've spread out there, and I'm going to load up my brush, and then I'm going to start painting the outermost strawberries. So I'm just going around the perimeter, and I'm not looking to do a perfect job. I can't do a perfect job. I just can't. It would take forever. As it is, it'd take quite a while to do this. I mean, you could definitely go another direction. So I just swiped off my brush, and now I'm just spreading that paint around. And you can see that it gets lighter the further away I get from a certain point. And if I need to, I'll grab just a little bit more water and dab, just so I can blend that all together.
Thank you so much for stopping.
Sorry about that. Crafty Owl started auto-playing on my phone unexpectedly. So I'm like, where is that sound coming from? Anyway, you can see that I'm just moving the paint around. And it is a watercolor. And then as I wipe my brush, I'm able to lift some of that color so I can get kind of some of that dimension. Let me pull it up close here. And then I'll go around the whole thing, and I'm going to speed through it, but I'm not going to cut any part of it out. So you can see what I'm doing here. So there are a lot of products on the market like these. I couldn't find any anymore except for maybe on eBay. I'm sure I got them on clearance from Spellbinders a long time ago. So you may have these in your stash and have never touched them or wondered how to use them. And I'm just showing you one way that I've figured out how to use them. I tried this with my Caran d'Ache and they work great. I tried it with my Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. They worked great as well. But I felt like I liked this medium the best for this particular picture and the effect I was going for. So as you can see, I'm just filling these in and then kind of moving the paint around, heavier in some areas, lighter in others, adding water when I need to, and wiping off when I need to. And it is covering up. Now, one thing it does do is it covers up some of the detail of those strawberries, which I'll have to add back in later. And that's where I take artistic license with my stamps. So now I'm doing the behind ones, and mainly I'm just trying to get so it shows a delineation. So, you know, like heavier in some areas. Now I've got all those done. All I need to do are the leaves. And here's where I kind of get a little bit off screen, and I apologize for that. I don't realize how zoomed in I actually am. But I'm quite zoomed in, so you can see every pore on my hand. Every age spot, every wrinkle. Here you go, guys. Here's me. So I'm cleaning off my brush here with just some water. And it cleans very, very easily. And you'll see that those crayons are sort of, they're sort of chalky on the outside. So what I discovered is you can sharpen them if you want to, but I didn't. I found it was just easier to just lay it down here in my palette like this and pick it up from there. So I've got the Toulouse-Lautrec, and I forgot which the other one was. Just the two greens that are in the palette. There's only, I think, 12 in the whole palette. And I'm going to start filling in the leaves. Let's get a little bit of water going here. And I know you can't see me doing that, but that's exactly what I'm doing. And now I'm going to pull the light green into these leaves. And you can see the very tip of what I'm doing. And I'm just going to fill in the whole leaf with the light green. And you can see I go beyond the lines, again, taking artistic license. Not that I'm an artist or anything, but just I feel like that's what needs to happen. So it's pretty simple coloring, painting. And I'll fill in the first couple three, and then I'll realize I need to pull this up because you can't really see what I'm doing because I'm coming in now with the darker color, and I'm adding some shading. Just to get the green that I want, because the light green I felt was too light and the dark green was too blue. So combining the two made the green that I was looking for. So there we go. I've got it pulled up at least now so you can see it. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that darker and just come in some more. A little bit more water, wipe off my brush, and just kind of tap that in. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. This is a watercolor. So I'll complete the rest of those green leaves off camera, and then we'll be back to put together this card. Okay, there's my little focal point, and here I've got my 3 strawberries that I went ahead and painted off camera as well. Now, but to really get these to look like strawberries, I'll show you what we have to do. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and emboss this 4 by 5 1/4 piece of paper, and I glued that down to a white 4.5 by 5, 4 1/4 by 5.5 card base, and then I'm going to cut out my little strawberries here, and through the magic of the internet, there they are, ready to go. And I didn't cut them perfectly, and that's fine. It's not a problem. Never should on yourself. All right, so we've got our background here on this beautiful sort of pink ombre paper, and now we're going to put up all our layers on the card. So the original piece with the strawberries is 3 by 3, and the green piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And you could use any paper, and you don't have to go through all this coloring either. You can get the same impact if you have pattern paper that you like. Mainly to get the design and to showcase the, the Not Too Shabby Shop product, which I will have linked down below in the description box. I would link the Jane Davenports, but like I said, I can't find them for a reasonable price, off outside of Etsy or eBay. So I'll let you guys figure that out. I'm sure that most of us have a similar product. So this strip is 1 inch by 5 1/2. And it's going down onto a 2 inch by 5 1/2, right in the middle. So I'm repeating the colors of the green and the red for my strawberries. Just get off any excess glue. And then I'll pop that up right into the center of my card base here. And I'm just going to use some 1mm foam tape. This is from scrapbook.com. They've been out of it for a while. I got it when they put this 3-pack on sale, a couple months ago, and I jumped on it. So I like it because it's not super, super thick, but it's still in strips, so I don't have to, peel off a bunch of teeny tiny little papers. So I'll just put 3 strips on it. This is the part I probably could have sped up, right? Oh, well, you guys, yeah. Hindsight, don't you know? All right. And then I just have an acrylic block, just making sure that my strawberries are stuck down to their little matte layer. So we'll put this next layer with its matte layer down onto that embossed piece. And this is also some ombre paper from my stash. And it has sort of a watercolor look to it as well. And I add some extra glue here so I have some wiggle room to make sure I get this thing on there straight, because I'm picky about stuff being straight, that's all. You don't have to be, that's just me. All right, I've got my little decorative strip down. Now I can put down my centerpiece here. And I'm going to put some of the foam tape on the top and bottom of that. And there you can see the back side of that paper. And so, by the way, this is going to be my last official video for the Not Too Shabby Shop. My 6-month commitment is over as of January 1st. It's been really great working with Jamie and the crew. The nicest people. Honestly, joining that team changed my life. That's all I'm going to say. For the better. I couldn't be happier from some of the most wonderful people I have ever met. Sometimes you forget that there's good people out there. And then you meet them and you're like, oh my gosh, these are my tribe. I'm moving on. So now that I've got that kind of evened out, I'll glue it down to the center of the card. Best I can get center anyway. There we go. And then I've got this little leftover strip from the 6x6 paper that I cut. And I'm going to stamp this sentiment on there. Let me put it down on a stamping block. And I'm going to stamp by the seat of my pants. And I've got the VersaFine Claire and Glamorous. So it's kind of a pinky reddy color. So I'm really staying heavy on the pinks and reds here. And I'll stamp it down in the center of that. And then I'll use a banner die cut to cut it out. And this is loosely based on one of Kendra's card challenges, 12. And I don't remember which one it was. I looked at it and now I can't find it. That's kind of the story of my life. Now this one's not going to fit, so I've got to find one that's going to fit. I don't want to cut it off. I just feel like it's going to cut some of that off. I don't want that, because I don't have any more scraps like this, and I like the consistency of color throughout the card. So I'm going to find one that does fit and cut it out. And there I did all that off camera. And that's going to be popped up too on that 1 millimeter foam tape. And then I'm going to put down my strawberries. And I like to put down my strawberries first before I commit to where I'm going to put my sentiment. So I know that I'm going to put 2 of them flat to the card, and then I'm going to pop the 3rd one up. So, and I'm just using, I want to say I'm using my art glitter glue here, which is getting low in the bottle. I'm going to need to refill it. I know you can feel my pain. It's like, you know you need to refill it, and you just keep not doing it until you get tired of shaking it. So those will go straight down. And then I'm going to pop this guy up on one of my taller little pieces of foam tape. I guess it's probably 2 millimeters. And yep, I realize it's black. That's okay. No one will ever know. And just want to kind of get my placement. It almost looks like a heart. So it could be a good Galentine's Day card or Palentine's Day without any real hearts or real love messages other than to have a great day. Then all I have left to do is add some embellishments to this, and this card is finished. I want to thank you guys for supporting me and supporting the Not Too Shabby Shop by shopping my link and, you know, watching all of our videos and our hops and things like that. It's greatly appreciated. It's a great little small business that really has some adorable products. So I've got some little pearls here now that I've worked my way out of the whole scene here. And these are sort of an iridescent pink pearl. And it's just what I decided to use. And here's the struggly part, is dealing with pearls. But, you know, they're so worth it once you have. So I'm just going to put a few down on this acrylic block and hope some of them land on their backs. Or maybe on their, I don't know. So I'm going to put a small and a medium and large on each side. And here I'm going to fight with these bigger ones. But at least I can pick those up, sort of. Kind of. I know you guys know this pain too. All right, come on, let's try the tweezers. Slippery little guy. There we go. And I kind of lay them out before I actually commit to gluing them down. But I am going to have them mirror each other. So I've got a total of 3 sets of 3, so a total of 9. So I still have that odd, you know, that sweet spot of an odd number of decoration on there. Come on, little guy, you can do it. All right, let's just get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to need to find another container for those pearls because that one's getting out of control here. And I like to pull that little mushroom off my glue. You know, if you left your glue cap off and your glue is somehow regurgitating. So I'll just lift these up with my wax pencil. I broke the tip to my nice one. I'm waiting for a replacement to come in the mail from Trinity Stamps. And it should come today. Hopefully it comes today because this thing is a little bit of a pain to work with. I mean, it works. It's fine, but just doesn't have the other end that I can push stuff around with. And it tends to get wax on my, you know, my sequins, which isn't, you know, you got to remember to go back and wipe that off. All right, there we go. Whew, got that. And here's our card. Isn't that pretty? I just love those strawberries. I'm so happy that I have a strawberry to work with. You could do it with the blueberries too, but that's going to be much smaller but easier to color. And you can color these with whatever you want. So here's the stamp set again, and it does have the coordinating dies with it. Well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.